So imagine you going to your regular prenatal checkup and you think everything is normal and fine and dandy and there is nothing wrong and everything is progressing, normally, like every other appointment before that has told you, everything's great, to get devastating news. I propose that in prenatal testing it should be changed to prevent getting devastating news that you have lost your child or that you can't do anything because it's already too late. The prenatal testing that is now does not contain any form of testing for the neonatal alloimmune thrombocytopenia, also known as NATE. They don't do it in any of the testing because, for one, you have to have the mother's blood and you have to have the father's blood. And you can't really tell in the first pregnancy, it's actually after the second or third or fourth and so on, if they get that many. But the body doesn't tend to produce these antibodies until after the first pregnancy. So the first pregnancy, there's not really anything you can do. But once a child is born with the symptoms of NATE, with fatiche, or with their low platelet count, or the low platelet count, or the birth defects that can cause either a brain bleed, different disorders like internal organs bleeding, they can't really do anything about it. So what I'm proposing is that in the second state or second pregnancies, that they recommend to do this sort of testing, because in the first one you can't actually test for the antibodies, which your body has yet to create. So in the second pregnancy, to do this and to be able to test the father's blood and the mother's blood against each other for the antibodies of where they can be incompatible for HPA 1A, 1A, and the husband could be 1A, 1B, or different incompatibilities. I think there are 5 different kinds. Normally, the only testing they have now is for trisomy 18 and for the risk of Down syndrome and for spina bifida. So they are currently working on a like a vaccine. They took the blood from mothers who have the antibodies and are using that to make a vaccine against it, but it doesn't help until after you have gotten these antibodies. So it's kind of a screwed up thing because nothing can help you until after this has happened to you, or your child. So it's called Profnate. It is actually being tested in Britain. They are still currently doing the testing, and it shouldn't come out until, I believe, 2018. But they are trying to figure that out. Until then, we do have sort of a system in place where you get infusions which are of platelets in order to their IVIG it's intravenous immunoglobulin. So it goes up by usually it starts at 24 weeks, but for people like me who are in the higher risk category, you should start them at 12 weeks, which will help to prevent your body, well, suppress your immune system so that you don't pretty much kill the baby's blood platelets. So this vaccine will help to, I guess, suppress or kill the antibodies that are used in that are in your body, and it'll take the place of the IVIG. So hopefully one day they will redo the prenatal testing and they will figure out some way to incorporate that at the beginning of the first pregnancy rather than after the second and after something devastating has happened. One day, hopefully soon, they will be able to help other women to be able to actually have children or to be able to have a live birth. It causes a lot of miscarriages and a lot of fertility problems just by having the NATE. So hopefully one day they will change it.